Atma, Namaste. Today's morning whisper is on living what you've learned. And I want to take this opportunity before we get into it, just to share what's coming to my heart when feeling living what I've learned. You know, there's situations that come to us throughout our day. And these situations, I have no control over. No matter how hard I try to control it, no matter how hard I wished that it could have been different, the fact of the matter is I have no control over the situations that flow in and out of my life. I have a choice to move into those situations or away from those situations. That's another story, right? But what's really coming through for me this morning in this reflection is sometimes those situations that come into my life are for me to know how I do not want to move through space or how I do not want to interact with another human being. I find that very valuable rather than why does this always happen to me? Taking it personally is how I feel that manifests in me. So being able to step outside of that and to be grateful for that teaching moment, for that learned moment, right? Wow, that's how I would rather not interact with another human being, or that's how I would rather not move through that space. So in living what I've learned is also trusting and being able to walk in my true north. And sometimes that's easier said or moved through than done. Sometimes my ego really wants to be right. Sometimes she really wants to prove a point. And it's just a lot easier when I accept that I have no control and that I can learn from those situations and lessons. So I just wanted to share that. Let's get to it. So today, in living with what we've learned, or living with what you've learned, we are embodying that. I invite you to take a deep cleansing breath in and slowly, audibly if needed, expel that breath. Close your eyes and bring to mind something you've learned about yourself recently. It could be a truth. It could be a softness. It could be a boundary or a strength. Breathe it in and allow it to settle. And now imagine carrying that into your day, not as something you think about. It's not here. It's something that you live, something that you walk in. This is embodiment. Walking in your truth. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing's perfect. It just has to be real. Bring gratitude for your awareness. And take a deep breath in. Hold in your mind's eye and in your heart space. I live what I've learned. I embody my truth. I show up as myself. Where do you feel that? And let your life reflect your growth today. You know, I am very blessed to have the people in my life that I have in my life. Specifically, the female relationships that I have in my life today. It's so different from 2 years ago. I was someone who was intimidated to have women in my orbit or females as confidants, friends, collaborators. I was the guy's girl. I was the one that had all of the friends that were male. Wow, yeah. Just taking a peek back into that and realizing why that was. You know, I was in a space of what can you do for me? Not what can I do for you, or what can we do for each other. I was very much a selfish and self-centered person, being a woman. And when God has a message for me, He has, to say it this way, always put me on my ass, turned my world upside down. And before it was, this always happens, why? And, you know, angry or numbing, not to have to feel or deal with getting through whatever that lesson was, right? And many times it was an attempt to remove things, toxic people, places, and things from my life that were doing me harm, keeping me contained, confined, shackled. And so in this time, in this space where I get to play and collaborate with beautiful women, beautiful feminine essences who are skilled, gifted, and talented beyond this realm, to be invited and trusted into a space of creativity, it's really overwhelming. I don't have to be that person anymore. I can trust, love, honor, and move forward with confidence and love and forgiveness and compassion and empathy and understanding. And it's taken me a long time to get here. And honestly, I have so much gratitude in my heart for the people that held me, believed in me, and loved me until I could love myself. It's been a long, short journey, if that makes any sense. And I look forward to continuing on my path and continuing to come into contact and be blessed with other beautiful creators. It's truly magical and spiritual and uplifting, edifying when I'm able to put my ego aside, my pride aside, and stay humble and curious, teachable. So in tying that back into living what I've learned that trust starts here. And as that trust in self grows, the energy, the frequency that is emulated attracts those that are meant to be in your space, those that are meant to hold the mirrors up and allow you to grow. I get to grow. I'm not trying to drive a parked car anymore. And that makes so much sense. I get to soar. That feels really good. So, I love you all. And thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable, share this space, and honoring what it is I've learned. And may you learn something today about yourself, about how you want to be or how you don't want to be. It's a beautiful thing. Atma.